Barbados is focused on increasing its foreign exchange. The policy of the Government of Barbados is to increase exports in goods and services to extra-regional and regional markets. The policy also seeks to target new markets. Here with me is Mr. Agard Evans, Chief Economist in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, and he will tell us a little more about government's plans to diversify its export markets.
Basically, the policy of government is to increase its exports. These would be exports of goods and services as well as investment. One of the ways of doing that would be through entering new markets as well as increasing the exports in markets that we are already involved in. Guyana, for example, Guyana would be a very good example of that.
Based on what you said, we are obviously still targeting the CARICOM markets. Why the focus on Guyana?
We've always had good relations with Guyana in terms of our export trade, in terms of our import trade as well. And the idea is to increase Barbados' export to the Guyanese market, all being part of government's policy. Well, as you will be aware, Guyana is a growing market. Its GDP has been increasing year on year for quite some time now. And given the fact that the GDP is increasing, it is a type of market that government will be interested in, given, like I had mentioned before, government's policy. So the idea is to increase that trade as much as possible. The trade between both countries have been quite favorable, but it can be better, for both countries. So we will be seeking to get as much trade going with Guyana. And that is one of the reasons that we're having this presentation on the 12th of July.
What is the purpose of the workshop the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be hosting on July 12th?
Yeah, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade will be hosting the workshop. The title will be Exploring Potential Business Opportunities in Guyana. This workshop will be held on the 12th of July from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. The purpose really is to sensitize the Barbadian public as to the opportunities that will be occurring or can occur in Guyana. Those opportunities, we have, for example, areas where we're looking at renewable energy, investment in renewable energy. Areas of tourism. Guyana's tourism might be a bit different from ours, but there's still the possibility of having persons come to, say, for example, the School of Hospitality here and benefiting from the expertise at that school. We can be looking at also areas in construction and so on. Now, you mentioned oil in Guyana. Obviously, if there is the oil boom, clearly the GDP of the country will increase. They will want persons to come and to assist in the development of certain sectors. And that is where Barbados can definitely play a role. So tourism, and this is just to mention a few, tourism, renewable energy, construction, etc. We're basically targeting businessmen who will be willing to invest, also the youth, where, for example, the youth can come together and form cooperatives. And this will be important because one of the things I didn't mention would be the land in Guyana. And for agricultural purposes, there are quite large tracts of land in Guyana which can be used for agricultural purposes, and it will require major investment. So where we can get businessmen investing, or we can get groups of youth forming cooperative to invest in such agricultural areas, that will be a boost. But also where you might have the youth who might not have that type of capital, they're very talented youth in Barbados. We're looking at things like graphic design and computer programming, web designing. Those types of individuals can also play a major part in the Guyanese economy.